nice to see you. I'm well, thank you. How are you? Okay. Hi, Dale. Okay, I think we're organized to get started. I definitely can tell things that are likely to happen in the future, Stephen. But what the tarot is good for is reading current energies to help you make decisions so you can influence what is likely to happen. How many pets do I have? I've got the one puppy called Margot. Hi, Irene. Hi, Sarah. Okay. Let's see. Sure, Dale. Go for it. Let's see what's likely coming up for you in this relationship, Sarah. Okay, so you had a dream. It's interesting. I've had a couple of prophetic dreams in my life. They're really random. And I did dream 2 nights before my ex-fiance proposed. I dreamt of a ring. So let me see what is likely coming up. I'm not going to influence the cards. They'll tell me whether a proposal is coming. Angels and Spirit, please show me what's coming up for Sarah in this relationship. What's coming up for Sarah in this relationship, please? Ooh, a surprise. We've got the Tower. So the Tower can be, expect the unexpected. It's a neutral card. It's not good and it's not bad. So maybe Spirit doesn't want you to know if he's going to propose or not. Maybe Spirit wants to keep it as a surprise. You can't really prepare when the Tower comes out. So when I started learning the tarot and I was doing like a daily card pull for myself, I got the Tower card on a day where something bad happened, right? But there wasn't any way that I could prevent it from happening. It was like Spirit just wanted to tell me that, something that could disrupt your day is likely to happen. So do with that what you will. But maybe the message is that Spirit just wants you to allow yourself to be surprised. Try not to anticipate everything. Let me see. One more card for Sarah. What's likely to happen for Sarah in this relationship, please? We've got the Queen of Pentacles. So this could be a message about the need for you to just nurture yourself and don't put your life on hold waiting and hoping that someone's going to, propose to you. The Queen of Pentacles is saying invest in your own hobbies and interests. And then again, let the universe surprise you. Let your partner surprise you. Okay. There's going to be some strange comments that I'll try and block people as much as I can. I don't think my moderators are here. Sure, Lydia, I'll get a message for you. Okay, the comments are moving quite quick. Let's see what these cards have for you, Lydia. Thank you, Cynthia. Okay, I might actually mod you if I can, FG, and I'll give you a reading free of charge in exchange. Let's see. There we go. Thank you so much for the offer. All right, so Lydia, you've got a blessing of some sort needs to manifest, and it may be a type of relationship you've never experienced before. This gift is essential to your continued spiritual progress, which benefits you and all beings, but in order to be able to receive it, some form of toxic negativity needs to be conquered, and so it shall be. Let's see what kind of toxic negativity before we move on to the person that just donated. Thank you. That is Taish. How you going? All right, so what does Lydia need to release in order for this blessing to come through? Numbness. So I don't know if you're feeling a little bit disconnected with yourself. Maybe you're feeling a little bit empty. The quote on this card says, to feel pain is to be alive and human. So maybe you're kind of blocking feelings that want to flow through you and they want to rise to the surface for release. Make sure you don't avoid feelings. Make sure you sit with them, figure out what they're trying to tell you, what message they're trying to send you, and then you can let them go. So your soul wants you to feel more reconnected, okay? I hope that that was helpful. So Taish says, I'm going through a huge cleanse in my life. Friends who minimize me, jobs that aren't meant for me. Am I moving towards my higher purpose? I'll tell you, when you do go through a purge, you are making space, energetic space for better things to come in. So better relationships, friends who respect your boundaries. So I'm going to just get a message from this. Angels and Spirit, please show me, what does Taish need to see? What is the guidance for Taish? What is the guidance for Taish, please, Spirit? What is the guidance for Taish? Alright, so you've got, this is your current energy, a card that says you must know exactly what it is that you want and be willing to ask for it, which you are at the moment, and you know exactly what you're willing to do if you don't get it. So that's what you're doing. You're walking away from people who don't value you, okay? And Spirit is saying, don't worry, because it will replace those things that you're releasing with better, because the next card says any pain that you're currently experiencing is so much less than what would have taken root if certain circumstances or situations were allowed to continue. So you're doing the right thing, okay? Let me see. Spirit wants you to be more in the allowing mode. So what does that mean? While it's good to be purging, make sure at the same time you're moving towards things that feel fun, to uplift your energetic vibration, okay? You can do both. You can move away from people and situations while moving towards other things, okay? And make sure you're not focusing too much on subjects that keep you in a lower vibration. So they're saying get off the subject of not having what you want and get on a subject that you are in the allowing mode about, okay? You're moving towards more peace and emotional stability. And you're being asked to trust in the goodness of life and leave the rest to the divine. So they're wanting you to practice radical surrender. They're wanting you to embrace the unknown. So the next card says prepare for a plot twist, because life is infinitely stranger than anything the mind could invent. They're wanting you to not to build walls around yourself, and that's natural when you've been let down by people, but you don't want to block love from coming in, okay? You don't want to keep love and happiness out. Remember that you deserve to feel good, you deserve happiness, and you deserve to feel safe when you feel happy. So I definitely feel like you're moving in the right direction. Let's see what else we can get for you. Your higher purpose. So people overcomplicate it. You know, part of your question, I want to say, keep it simple. You know, we're all here to learn, to grow, to enjoy. It's not all supposed to be complicated. So as long as you're feeling happy, as long as you are challenging yourself and being the best version of yourself, that's your higher purpose, okay? And I don't want you to feel like you're running out of time. You've got the ticking clock and it says, do you feel pressure from time? What would shift if you trusted your own pace? So just take each day as it comes. What does Taish need to see, please, Spirit? What does Taish need to see? And I feel like this is validation that you're doing the right thing. You've got a card that says, what truth about yourself have you finally accepted? How has this shaped you? So I'll give you an example. Recently, I accepted the fact that I wasn't ready to be settled down and having a family and having a husband at a young age, okay? So I was grappling with my family's expectations and societal expectations that by a certain age you settle down and you start a family. So when I accepted that, you know, I'm probably not, I don't fit the norm, you know, like I'm on a different path. I chose this spiritual path and I wouldn't have been happy as a stay-at-home mum in my late 20s. Do you know what I mean? So I embraced that truth about myself and it brought a lot of relief and it took off the pressure that I was putting on myself, other people were putting on me, to do things as everyone else seems to do. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know if that resonates with you. Let me know. We have Orchid Dreams. Thank you so much. Let me know what your question is. I'm just going to do one more message for Taish because she paid for her reading. So what does Spirit want you to focus on? We're going to do the soul purpose cards, okay? Okay, we've got Christina next. Thanks, Christina. So what does Taish need to focus on? I am single, yes. Thank you. Single with a disclaimer, okay? So yes, I'd rather be in a loving relationship, but how do I explain it? I'm single by choice, but I would prefer to be in a loving relationship. I haven't found the right person. Okay, let's see. What does Taish need to focus on right now? Relationships. I feel like that's what you're doing, okay? So family, friendships, and partnerships. I want you to put it out there, the types of relationships that you'd rather be experiencing, okay, as you're walking away from people who let you down. And pay attention to spiritual signs. Spirit is guiding you in the right direction, okay? So I hope that was helpful, Taish. Well, thank you so much. Okay, so we're going back to Christina's question. What's Chris's thinking about me, his intentions? Okay. He's a Leo. All right, let's have a look for Christina. We're going to start with a tarot. Angels and Spirit, please show me, what does Christina need to see about Chris? What does Christina need to see about Chris, please? I feel like Chris might be, he doesn't want you to worry about there being anyone else, but I feel like at the same time he's moving away from a relationship that ended recently. Does that make sense to you? He doesn't want you to think that you have to compete with that person. I feel like I just saw the Death card. He's reassuring you that that's ended, but he's just dealing with a couple of things. What does Christina need to see about Chris? Yeah, I definitely see another woman in his energy, but I don't think it's anything you have to worry about. Because she's coming through as the Queen of Swords. You're here as the Queen of Cups in the reverse position. There's something that you don't know, you're not aware of, he hasn't told you with the Page of Swords in the reverse position. But he is attracted to you, he is interested in you with the Page of Wands here. Okay, I feel like he might just need some time. Yeah, he's trying to free himself from a relationship that might have made him feel stuck. He might just not be quite ready to have like a full-on relationship right now. I'm getting that with a few different cards. We have the Ace of Cups in the reverse. We also have the Lovers next to the Seven of Swords, which is a card about avoidance. See how he's not quite ready to join forces with anyone quite yet. Don't take that personally. It's got nothing to do with his feelings about you. In fact, I think that there's a lot of desire towards you, okay? So he might be ready to embark on, like, you know, a physical connection with you, but I feel like he needs some time out for himself. I feel like to recover. He wants to recover from a relationship that might have had quite a bit of drama to it, is what I'm getting. So he's in a period of transition right now. So yeah, the cards are all telling me he's not quite ready to move forward with commitment. So he might be coming across as the Knight of Wands at the moment. You know, he might be coming across as a player or someone who doesn't know what he wants. It's not that so much as he's not quite ready to dive straight into something else. Does that make sense to you? Let me just see if I can catch up with the comments. We've got Vinud, thank you for that. I'll get to your question in just a moment. Thanks, FG, I really appreciate you. I'm just trying to see if Christina has responded. Okay, let me see if I can get anything that he would say to you while I wait for your comments. You're welcome. Let's see what he would say to you. Angels and Spirit, what would Chris say to Christina if he could be 100% honest? What would Chris say to Christina? Yeah, don't wait for me, please. I feel like he doesn't want to be rushed. He wants to move at his own pace, but he doesn't want you to put your life on hold while you wait for him to be ready. Do you know what I mean? That kind of fits with the story that I was getting from the tarot. Angels and Spirit, what does Chris want to say to Christina? They have hurt me. I definitely feel like there's a bit of hurt that he's still healing from this previous relationship. I feel like she was quite controlling, the ex. That's why he needs some time to recover. And I feel like there's a lot that he hasn't shared with you. He's saying, I wish I could be fully honest with you. I don't know why he's holding back. Yeah, it hurts so much. So he just needs some recovery time, but don't put your life on hold. Keep your options open is my advice to you, which brings me to my last message from the Love Oracle. Let's see what advice Spirit has for you. Angels and Spirit, please show me. What does Christina... Hi, Cindy. What does Christina need to see regarding Chris? I keep seeing the number 3. This could be a reference to the month of March. Angels and Spirit, please show me what does Christina need to see regarding Chris. Answers are coming. Look at that. You got clarity. Thank you, Indra. Thank you, Philip. Okay. And you've got cultivating worthiness is important. So is recognizing where your worthiness is denied. Get up from the table when love is no longer being served. So don't settle for something purely physical in the hopes that he might be able to, build an emotional connection with you at some stage. Then you're just setting yourself up to be hurt. Okay, so know your worth. Don't settle for scraps. Okay, keep your options open, keep it moving, and then if he can, get over this situation and, come towards you, then great. If not, that's great. Okay. Let me see, who do I have next? I'm just going to make sure I've caught up with all the paid readings. There was someone that did donate. Who was it? It was Binud. Let me know what question you have for me. Hi, Paul. All right, let me just see if Binud has a question. Hi, Andrew. Oh, thank you. Everyone loved that necklace. I reached out to the lady that designed it and she no longer makes those necklaces anymore, which I said, that's silly because everyone on my channel keeps saying how amazing it is. So hopefully she might rethink that. I don't know how ChatGPT could actually possibly do energy readings. It just doesn't work like that. I mean, if you get advice that you can resonate with, then good for you, but I don't know how AI could do this kind of work. You want to know, how does your business look for the year? Let's see. I'm going to use the Animal Tarot. All right, let's see. Oh, we've got a few extra cards that I wasn't bargaining for. Let's see. Show me. What can Vinod expect in terms of business this year? Interesting. There could be some clashes with people that you team up with or you partner with in this business, because I've got the 5 of Wands. This is also a card about competition. So there could be some competition that enters the market that you need to be aware of. Maybe you need a stronger point of difference. But it looks like it could be someone that you partner with, because it's come out next to the 2 of Cups in the reverse. So maybe you need to go out on your own. Maybe you need to rethink this partnership, because you've got the Hermit card, which is a solo energy, right? The card is saying take time for contemplation, to retreat and go within. Let me see what the Angels of Abundance have for you. You need positivity, faith, and optimism. So you'll open the doorway to positive experiences and opportunities with positive expectations and energy. Do not allow negative energy or temporary setbacks to interfere with the path that you're on. Keep the faith and keep going. Now, it's interesting that the other meaning that the Five of Wands could have is eliminate distractions, because the Five of Wands could actually be too many competing priorities, because the next card says focus on your priorities. Where you put your focus is where you receive your outcome. Your priorities are calling to you, which may produce a feeling of anxiety unless you give them the time and attention that they deserve. So even a small amount of time devoted to your priorities will help you feel better and more confident. And then you've got take a divinely guided chance. It's the year of the horse. I feel like if you take calculated risks, they'll pay off. And this card is reminding you that all positive change and successful ventures involve a degree of risk. Okay, so as you leave behind whatever is comfortable and familiar but no longer appropriate for you, you'll make room for new and more meaningful opportunities. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. I think someone just donated. When will I meet my life partner? By the way, guys, I am doing discounted love readings, personal love readings, up until Valentine's Day. So if you're interested in a personal reading, just email me. I don't know if I put my email address in this particular description box, but you'll find it on my channel. It's normally in all of the videos. So let me just see who donated. Oh, we got Cindy. Cindy's next. Super Trader wants to marry me. Oh, that's nice. I am looking for a husband. They're difficult. Good ones are hard to find these days. I'm just waiting for Cindy's question. Cindy, can you repeat your question for me? Andrew, you're funny. Where's Cindy gone? Oh, there it is. Cindy, did I get the right diagnosis? Okay. I'm sad that you haven't resolved your health issues yet, because I know that we were looking at them for a while. What did I do with my health cards? I wasn't really prepared to do health readings today. I don't know if I'm allowed to, Cindy, on YouTube. Like, I know that I've done health readings for you on Facebook. Why don't I just ask the tarot if you can trust this diagnosis? Let me see. Oh, you've thrown me, Cindy, with your health question. And we'll get some advice for you, general advice, but I can't really do diagnoses on here. Angels and Spirit, please show me. Show me if Cindy can trust the medical advice that she's been given. I feel like it's the right diagnosis, but I feel like you need to experiment with the treatments that have been recommended to you, okay? I feel like there are going to be 3 different interventions. That's what I'm getting with the 3 of Cups in the reverse. 3 different interventions could be medication, surgery, radiation. For example, I'm not saying those are the things that you're going to need to do, but there's 3 separate interventions that you need to consider when treating your conditions, okay? Because it's come out next to the 8 of Swords in the reverse, which is liberation of these symptoms that you've been experiencing for a while. So that's where I'm getting the whole treatment process from, okay? Yeah, they're definitely showing me 2 separate conditions. So you've got the High Priestess, 1 condition, 2 condition, and it's come out next to the 4 of 1 condition, 2 condition, okay? But the treatment, this is the treatment, 3 different forms of intervention, okay? Yeah, look, 3 different forms of intervention. I feel like you need a second opinion in terms of the treatment options. That's what I'm getting, okay? Let me see what else I could do for you. I think just advice. Angels and Spirit, please show me, what does Cindy need to see regarding her health? The other thing is, you've got to remember that your body is not separate from your feelings. You know, you've got to think mind, body, spirit. There's 3 different interventions right there, okay? So obviously when there's a mental blockage, it's going to manifest as a physical symptom because, you, as I said, your body is not separate to your thoughts. I want you to think about holistic treatments. So maybe you need to go and see a counselor. Just as an example, whatever therapy you feel drawn to or you have responded to in the past. All right, so yeah, you've got a card that says, when you're still, you'll find the vibration of trust and be guided to find a higher perspective instead of frantically chasing after things. What we're seeking will only come to us when we're in a state of surrender and aligned to our hearts. The heart draws in what we need. So I feel like there's a level of anxiety or stress that compounds your physical symptoms. You need to manage that, because I feel like your underlying health conditions will not improve unless you can put your mind at ease. Okay, this is what this card is about, the need to meditate, the need to empty your mind of all the fears and stress, okay? And it's just reinforcing what I've already said to you, that your body is not separate from your thoughts and your feelings. You've got a card that says, is the way you feel getting what you want? So think about how you're feeling it most of the time. Are you most of the time feeling frustrated with your life? Are you most of the time angry at what your circumstances, angry that you don't have enough money, angry that you can't find the type of relationship that you want? Think about your dominant feelings, because this card says, when you find yourself fighting to get what you want, to have your way, drop your hands to your sides, take a deep breath and ask yourself, is this worth fighting for? Stay flexible and in alignment with the divine order of all things, and ask divine forces to show you the way. And that includes asking the divine forces about where you should turn for your treatment. I was struggling with a health condition during COVID, and no doctor knew what was really going on with me. It was a hard condition to diagnose, I'll give them that, but I prayed for spirit to show me signs about what was going on with my body. Basically, I was eating sugar-free ice cream, but they used xylitol as the sugar substitute, and I was eating too much xylitol and it was throwing my body's signals out, because your body naturally produces xylitol, right? So I was experiencing these strange diabetes-like symptoms, and I had to pray to Spirit to show me what was going on. And then I came home one day and my freezer alarm was going off, and that was my sign that what I was eating in the freezer was actually causing these weird symptoms. So I want you to ask Spirit to give you signs. And so I hope that this reading was helpful. I feel like, you know, the main message is that there are 3 different treatment pathways that you need to identify. Okay? I hope that was helpful. Did I miss anyone's? We've got Brian. Hi, Brian. Do you have a question for me? Go for it, Andrew. Dean, yep, you can do super chat. Thank you so much. What am I already doing right that I don't give myself credit for? And how can I build momentum? Okay, what am I doing right? Let me see what the tarot says. I'm not Russian, no. I have mainly Anglo heritage, so Scottish, Irish, English, Welsh, but I also have a little bit of Norwegian, but we're going way back here. Mark is here. Hi, Mark. Thank you so much for your video. I listened to it and fell asleep last night. All right, so Andrew. Show me what's going right for Andrew, please. You're self-aware. The good thing about you, Andrew, is that you take the time to look at yourself in the mirror, and you take the time to go within and seek the truth, seek answers. So your self-awareness is a major positive about you, okay? You're not afraid to go deep. You're not afraid to look at yourself. And that's huge, because there's so many people that lack self-awareness, right? You've got the Wheel of Fortune. So I guess luck is on your side. You know, give credit to the universe where credit is due. I feel like the universe is working with you to get to where you want to go. Maybe you just need to practice law of attraction stuff. We've talked about gratitude in the past as well, but the Wheel of Fortune is just saying that luck is on your side, okay? Now, what? I just missed. And let me just get a card from this animal deck for you, Andrew, and then we'll move on to Brian. You've got passion as well. So the dragon is here and it's saying that you have a strong will and a fiery personality. So you've got the determination, right? This is a symbol of passion and fire. You're being asked to practice self-control and be cautious so that your passion does not lead you into trouble. So it's a double-edged sword, but I feel like passion is one of your good qualities, okay? You've got the drive, you've got the desire to be better, to do better, to strive, to reach for better, right? And you've got Scorpion, and we know that you are a Scorpion, so I want you to harness those scorpionic qualities, the determination, the passion. It's just kind of reinforcing the previous message. But the card says you're invited to instigate change, but you're also being warned that this transformation may be radical. Get rid of everything in your current life that can prevent you from improving, which I know that you're already doing. Based on this principle, destroy before rebuilding. You're promised a beneficial rebirth, okay? So I like that. I really like that. Hi, Angelica. I've got all my mods here. Thank you so much. So Brian is next. Let me just scroll back to Brian's question. Oh, where did it go? Here it is. What does Spirit want to tell me about the future? Let's see what's coming in for you. Which deck do I want to use? I'm going to do near future, okay? Let's do near future. And I also want to get a message from the Soul Truth deck. What's coming up in the near future for Brian? Show me what's coming up in the near future for Brian, please. You're getting some clarity about your purpose. So this could be your calling in life, what you're here to do, to achieve. They're showing me illumination around purpose. So I feel like there could be an epiphany or an important realization coming up for you. They're wanting you to ask for help and to accept it, because life isn't easy and it brings many challenges and trials. During the rough times, ask the angel of comfort to guide and protect you and give you much needed perspective. You may find that you're guided to ask for help from other people or to find comfort and inspiration in talking to others who experience similar challenges. Just remember to ask for help and accept it when it's offered. You've got the need to rediscover natural wonder. Focusing solely on material success can narrow your perspective and cause you to lose sight of what makes you truly happy. But looking at the world through innocent eyes is liberating. Whatever age you are, your inner child lives on and is the part of you that is pure, innocent, creative, and spontaneous. Reconnect with and nurture that inner child, okay? Remove stagnant cynicism, replace boredom with the vibrant and fresh new perspective that only free-flowing feelings of awe and wonder can bring. Okay, let me see what the Soul Truth deck has for you. What does Brian need to see? What is the guidance for Brian? The guidance for Brian, please. You could be telling yourself something that isn't true. So self-limiting beliefs or concrete reasons why you think you can't do something or you won't get there, or Spirit is saying, what if it wasn't true? What lie do you need to let go of in order to reach your soul's truth or to realize your truest potential? And then finally, they're wanting you to get out of your head and be more heart-led. You've got, do I know all my strengths and am I using them? See how they're wanting you to discover your purpose and live your purpose? Be conscious of the quality of your self-talk. So, you know, the negative beliefs and fears running through your head. And Spirit is reminding you that you have superpowers, but it's up to you to uncover them. When you live and lead with your strengths and coming from your heart space as opposed to your head, you're able to show up in your zone of genius, and this will inspire others to do the same. So I hope that that was helpful. Okay. Who's next, guys? Hi, Simon. Let's have a look at Irene's question. I'm using AI to apply for environmental grants for your invention. How about I use the success cards? What do you need to do in order to maximize your chances of success? Irene need to see to maximize her chances of success, please? Investment budget. A good financial plan is a roadmap that shows us exactly how the choices we make today will affect our future. So it's all well and good to use AI to help you apply for grants, but make sure you have a really clear breakdown of where the grant investment will go, like what you'll be able to accomplish with that money. The purpose behind investment is to achieve a goal that will de-risk a business or an organization. Calculate the financing you require plus runway if you will need to raise additional capital, and then add a 20 to 100% safety margin. So your grant applications will need to make clear the investment breakdown and what's in it for the government organization that's going to invest in your idea. Make sure your grant applications state clearly the announceables that they might get from giving you the money as opposed to someone else. I hope that makes sense. You guys are funny. Okay, so there's a donation reading. All right, love forecast. Is it Rudra? Is that how I say your name? Okay, for me and married. Okay, let me see. You're welcome, Irene. Okay. What's going on in this marriage, please? What is likely to happen in the near future? There's a lot of confusion at the moment, and I don't know if this is in relation to a possible move. I don't know if you've been contemplating moving overseas, moving to a different location. Maybe the two of you can't agree. There seems to be something here around being unable to agree on a possible move. There's the Chariot. And there's the Six of Swords in the reverse. So this is stuck energy, but notice this is a card about passage. You see a couple and their child on a boat. And in this particular case, because it's come out in the reverse position, there's an inability to move forward. Let's see. Does that make sense? I'm going to get some advice. So Angelica, this is actually for Rudra right now, okay? Let me see what your advice is. Angels and Spirit, what is the advice for Rudra? Interesting. So you've got a message here about the need to make sure that both parties are being heard when discussing this potential move, okay? It can't be one person's way or the highway. because you've got a card that says there are 4 behaviors that wreak havoc in a relationship, known as the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. So criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling. Does your partner make you feel punished if you don't agree with their preferences, their lifestyle choices, their decisions? Are you being heard in this relationship, in this marriage? Or when you don't agree with your partner, do they criticize you? Do they give you the silent treatment? Because your marriage is going to depend on your ability to resolve conflict. And there's no way to resolve conflict if the other person refuses to engage in a heart-to-heart conversation, or when your partner refuses to listen to your concerns and your preferences. This card says those in healthy partnerships are able to identify and repair how they address their conflicts. The number 1 predictor of divorce is contempt. So sneering, mocking the other person, being condescending towards the other person, okay? So do those behaviors exist in your marriage? Yeah, there's a real need to resolve conflict and communicate. You've got a card that says a successful relationship is one that communicates rather than controls by anger. Pain, therefore, becomes a vehicle for communication, which provides a much bigger reward than anger. So I feel like your partner might have like angry outbursts, or they make it plain that they're not happy with your opinion or your preference, and you feel like you can't be authentic and voice what you want because you're going to get punished if it doesn't agree with the other person. So I feel like that's what you need to work through. I hope that was helpful. Who do we have next? So now is the time to ask questions, guys. I'll just pick people at random. You're welcome. Hey guys, thanks for joining. Okay. I usually come on and do live readings like once or twice a week, but I don't really have a schedule just yet. So if you subscribe and just hit the bell, you'll receive a notification when I'm live next, okay? Let's have a look at, is it Jerry? Hi, John. So these are tarot readings for the person that asked what's happening. So Jerry, let's see what's likely going to happen between you and your husband. We're going to use the tarot. All right, angels and spirit, please show me what is likely going to happen between Jerry and her legally separated husband. They're saying don't force it. Yeah, things are very much still up in the air, okay? But you've got the Temperance in the reverse next to the Strength card in the reverse. The Temperance in the reverse is maybe there needs more time. And the Strength card in the reverse is try not to control the outcome or force anything or dominate the situation in any way or demand that certain things have to happen. Do you know what I mean? So it's take a light approach. You can't force a coming back together, okay? Let's see, what does Jerry need to see about this relationship? There's the need to step back and observe, okay? Page of Swords. Decisions are still yet to be made here, okay? while your advice is to not force anything, of course, you will need to have terms and conditions if the two of you agree to get back together. Otherwise, things will just go back to how they were. And we have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, so this is repeating old patterns. So that's why they're saying, yes, there will be an opportunity to have a second chance here, to resurrect this relationship. But you've got the Seven of Wands, the need to stand up for yourself, the need to be assertive and communicate in a respectful way what you are willing and what you aren't willing to tolerate next time around. But you see how we've got the Ten of Cups next to the Two of Wands in the reverse. This is saying, at the moment, there's no clear plan, there's no decision that has been made regarding how the two of you are going to reunite or reconcile, okay? It's yet to be seen if the two of you can get back to a healthy relationship. That's what the Devil in the reverse is saying. The Devil in the reverse is about the need to eliminate toxic patterns within this relationship, but the Three of Wands is saying, wait and see. See what the other party is willing to do or not do. So that's what I'm getting. I'm going to just pull a card of advice for you. And even if the two of you don't make it like second time around, you've got a card that says sometimes you have to remind yourself that you're something special and you can't be replaced or replicated. So act like it, you know. Angels and Spirit, please show me, what does Jerry need to see when it comes to this situation? Just bear with me a moment. Okay, the advice that's coming through is the ability for you to reconcile depends very much on what you're willing to accept and tolerate. Can you accept certain parts of your husband, or can't you? Because this card says, don't make things more difficult than they need to be. Accept what you know and feel to be right for you without trying to convince the other person that it must be right for them. Can you meet in the middle? Can you find a way to agree to disagree with certain things? Because the next card says, don't try to mold what's not yours into your vision just because it remotely resembles what you're striving for. Don't settle for something simply because it's accessible. So you need to really be honest with yourself about why you want to get back with him. Is it because you've dipped your toe into the current dating pool, realized that it's really difficult out there to meet someone who aligns with you? You know, you're very much aware that if you choose to go your separate ways, it's not going to be easy, but that's not a reason to choose to go back to something that is kind of broken. I hope I'm making sense. There's a lot that you need to figure out before you decide ultimately whether the two of you can make it work next time around, okay? Thank you guys. I hope that was helpful. My answer to your question, does he want to get back together? It's still, he's yet to make a decision, but your behavior in this time of separation is going to really influence. So if you're trying to force a reconciliation, or if you're trying to, you know, push, then that's going to repel the situation. So I hope that you can receive some of the guidance that has come through, because I can't influence what the cards say. So take it or leave it. I hope it was helpful. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you, Andrew. Jennifer says, does Kent want me or do I need to move on? What's his problem? Okay, let's have a look. What does Jennifer need to see regarding Kent? What does Jennifer need to see regarding Kent, please? Interesting. At the moment, I feel like Kent thinks that you're going to be there no matter what. So, because you're coming out as the Queen of Swords in the reverse, I feel like you need to not be so available to send the message that you're not going to just put up with crappy breadcrumb behavior. Because we've got the King of Pentacles in the reverse. He's not invested in this connection. He's not investing in getting to know you or building a future with you. So you should withdraw from this connection. Don't give him too much energy. So that includes, don't think about him too much. Men can feel when you're obsessing about a situation and you're leaking precious life force energy while they're feeding off of that energy. So I want you to put Kent out of your mind for a period of time. I'll tell you why. He's not worth it right now as things stand right now, because number one, he's not investing in you. And you shouldn't be giving too much importance to anyone who's not invested or choosing you for whatever reason. And we've got the King of Wands in the reverse, which is telling me he doesn't know what he wants. He doesn't know where he's going. So basically he's wasting your time. And I can tell that you're a very high value woman. You're coming out as the High Priestess and the Nine of Pentacles. You have a lot to offer someone. So why would you be giving the time of day to this person who really can't offer you very much at all? He's coming out as a Page of Cups as well. So not only do we have two kings in the reverse position, but we've got a page. So he's very low effort. We've got the Death card. So I feel like maybe he could still be trying to end things with someone else before any kind of new beginning with you or anyone for that matter is possible. Let me just see what he would say to you, Jennifer. He's saying he doesn't know where to start. He doesn't know much at all, to be honest, in terms of what he wants, what to do with you. But at the same time, doesn't want to let you go. But that's like someone wanting the cake and to eat it too. We've got I am the man. So I feel like this person has a bit of an ego. Yeah, he knows that you're going to be there no matter what. At the moment, you're carrying yourself in such a way that he thinks he can get away with his behavior because you're there. He's saying you're too nice and I don't deserve your kindness. So I feel like he'll continue to come in and out so long as you allow him. Does that make sense? I'm just going to get one more message for you in terms of advice. Angels and Spirit, please show me what is Jennifer's advice. What is Jennifer's advice? And I want you to consider reading Why Men Marry Bitches. It could have changed the name. The author could have made it Why Men Love Bitches. I don't know, but don't judge the book by the title. Okay, it's a bad title, but one of the best self-help books on the market for women who need to be reminded of their worth, especially women that tend to deal with low effort men. So I would recommend that book for you. It's interesting, you've got a card that says, let go of what you feel you need from this person. So maybe you're wanting their attention, their validation, you want to be desired by this person, Kent. But how about you give yourself that? When you give yourself the validation and the approval, and when you remind yourself that you are beautiful and you're desirable, no matter what Kent might think or how he behaves, you open the door for other people to make you feel that way. So this card says the scariest thing to imagine when we're feeling needy is to let go of what we feel we need. But this is exactly what would bring success. When we can let go, we can finally receive. And then you've got a card that says, are you in love with the actual person, or are you in love with the character you want them to play in your life? Are you living in a fantasy so that you don't have to face reality? It's time to see things clearly so that you can make the choices and changes that will manifest what it is that you want. Okay. Hi, Daniel. I hope that was helpful. You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, guys, I think I might end it because I'm running low on battery. Missed out. And thank you to my moderators. I'm so grateful for you. Bye, guys.